Hello everyone and welcome to Factorio. I'm Par and today I'm playing Seablock. In the previous episode we constructed this awesome plant that produces cratinium crystals. It's not really fully built yet because our mall is experiencing some difficulties, but it's working. It receives these things, hydrogen chloride gas bottles that we started exporting from this block. And everything seems to be working. So today I think I will focus on building nitrogen acid. We'll see. I will either focus on building nitrogen acid or we will build this part so that the bots are able to, or sorry, not the bots, so that we have basically the block ready for like with Rubite, and it will be just a matter of delivering, you know, nitric acid. What should we do? I mean, honestly, I like the idea of just copying this block here now and dealing with this part later, with like nitric acid later. And it will also be useful for black circuits that will probably be producing somewhere here. I haven't decided yet, but yeah, the idea is that this area of the base is used for circuit production. So we're starting with brown and green circuits, then we have red circuits, and we have blue and probably black here. Right, we are missing a tiny thing here, and that thing is the stations. The stations. We're missing stations now. We should have the stations. This thing should be built. Let's wait for robots to landfill this part. It might happen at some point. Or might not. I don't know. Let's take a look at the base. Like, what are the issues that our base is experiencing? We don't have ores. We don't have basic ores. Like, what we are producing is just not enough. Like, look at this. It's not enough, even though we have these builds working seemingly non-stop. I'm surprised. Why is it yellow? It's probably yellow because we're out of power. Yeah. And we are out of power on top of this, on top of everything. That's not a great situation to be in, let me tell you. This is not great. So we have a list of tasks. We have a task for nitric acid, we have a task for byte, we have a task for dedicated power. And we are already out of power, and this slows us down significantly. This slows us down significantly. Okay, let's... we need to think and figure out what to do now. We need to think a bit. So, this landfill is nice and everything, but I don't think it's actually time for that. It might be... it was a bad call to build it. We don't want that. We don't want to build that landfill. We want to build the power, and we want to connect this column of our production to power, because this will allow us to build more of the geode processing plants here. Right. I think that's the way to go. I feel this is the way to go. So let's start landfilling this one instead. We are really short on power right now. And that is not great, right? When you're short on power. It's really hard to do anything with the base when you don't have the power. Actually, I can remove this one. This will not need it. Right. So this is basically... This will be our power, and in this episode we'll try to build it. That will need robots to actually deliver stuff. Why are we missing so many things? Like, are we missing materials? Yep, we're missing materials. And you can kind of see the distribution of our robots, where we have the most construction robots, they're yellow, and logistic robots, they are white. I don't understand. Oh, right, I do understand why we have white robots here, because they're bringing, they're taking landfill from here and bringing it to this chest, so that construction robots do not have to work as much. And we also have construction robots taking stuff from here, which I'm not sure I like. I'm not sure I like what's happening here. What is it? This one, right? So let's say we will not keep bricks here. That's one thing. And second thing, I probably want to change the chest. No, I'm not going to change the chest, because bricks, like, we don't need that many bricks, to be honest. The amount of bricks that we need is so small that it should, like, whatever we do, it will just work, basically. At least that's the approach I'm gonna take. I'm just gonna say that, you know, it doesn't matter exactly what I do. Whatever I do, it will be fine. Right, let's remove this nest. And what else can we do? We can try to do something here, but I'm not sure whether the range is enough. Doesn't seem to be. Right, we can place this block again. And go to water. Okay. Okay, we are aware of that limitation. We are totally aware of it. So let's wait for this thing to, you know, to be built, to be landfilled, and then we will add a power plant here, and we'll have a connection here. So the question is, how do I want to connect the power? I almost want to use this power poles. The problem with them is that is the crossing. Like, how exactly I will do, like, how exactly I will have them cross the spot. I could in theory use big power poles just to have like a good separation of the colors here. Okay, and the distance is not very high here, so how about what's the distance? What is the highest distance we can have? This is the distance, so let's say we remove this and we'll try to place it. This is it, right? This will ensure they have a connection, but I don't want to be here, so let's make them here. Right. So this is the way I will have the power crossing the spot and I wanted to end up in the middle here. And let's figure out how exactly we want to connect things. Okay, let's say like this. Or not. Maybe I should place stuff in the middle here. Right, let's see, let's try. So I'm copying it, and let's check whether this is the middle one. No, it is not. I need to move it down by 1. So let's try again. Right, this is exactly the middle. And I want to have this thing right between these two. So let's check again whether it's right in the middle or not. Okay, 1, 2. It is not. We need to move it 1, 2, 3, 4. We need to move it down by 3 tiles, right? 1, 2, 3. Maybe that was too much. Maybe that was too many. Yeah, it was 1 tile too many. Let's take a look again. Right, this is exactly in the middle, so I want to use that spacing. And here... Okay, it's not quite enough, but we have... No, actually, there is a connection. Nice. So this thing should be connected correctly. Yes, well. Right. So now we turn it, and we want to place the top one right in the center. Nice. So this will be bringing lots of power from this power plant at some point, and I already forgot how exactly this thing used to be. Can I turn them? No, I cannot. Interesting. Right, we'll turn it and place it here, and we'll place the stuff here. Nice. Nice. So we have a line of power poles that will be bringing electricity from this power plant to basically this column, this vertical, like to this, what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, to this 8 and 12, strictly speaking, city blocks. Except the middle one doesn't need extra power; it is self-powered, so it will be just will just pass electricity through the block here. Nice, that's the plan. And the robots are still doing their robot things. That's okay. That is fine. What am I missing? We are missing some warehouses, which is kind of surprising because I thought we have enough of them. Alright, let's upgrade our mall a little bit, because I don't actually like how exactly it looks. So the part about our mall that I don't like is the fact that we do not use stack inserters here. And I want to just upgrade all of this to stack inserters, and we'll do it like this, right? Just upgrading to stack in inserters, and we'll upgrade everything. It might take a while for the changes to actually be applied, but then it would allow us to like very, very easily correctly upgrade the inserters in the future, because we'll want to replace them with higher tiers, I guess. I'm assuming, and the inputs will be done with stack inserters and the outputs will be done with regular inserters. For the most part. And everything would make sense. In some, like for some recipes, I guess there is some value in outputting things using stack inserters as well. For example, pipes. Right, but that's, I would say, more of an exception than the general rule in this particular case. Right, let's proceed. Nice. This is not kind of the most resource efficient setup of them all. It's actually pretty inefficient, but it's very compact and it's really easy to set up. Like, it's super easy to set up, and that's the reason why I'm basically sticking with this design. It's not because it's like good or, you know, efficient in terms of resources. It's just because it works, and yeah, and that's exactly what I need at this moment. In case you have never seen Build Everything, or shopping mall, or however you want to call it, by ModJD, I highly recommend checking this out. It's a really nice approach to the mall that doesn't have any extra byproducts stockpiled. Actually, nothing is stockpiled. Everything is built on demand, including intermediates. And it's done in a way that basically the mall knows which intermediates are needed for the final product and which intermediates are needed for this intermediates, etc., etc. And as soon as it understands that the amount of intermediates of like different levels is not enough to satisfy the demand, like satisfy the request for the final products, it starts building all of them together, like both intermediates if the expected requests of them exceeds the amount we have in storage and the actual thing. So this is a really cool approach. I am not, I think, I'm not gonna build it in this game because we don't have enough space for such mall. We only have 2 blocks, and it's a little bit, it's not, like, I would say, I would call it space inefficient, but it's really resource efficient. I will do it, I will use this mall in the vanilla playthrough that I'll have. At some point I already mentioned it a couple of times. I still haven't started it because we are having too much fun with Seablock. Right? What is this? No, we cannot leave it like this, right? We gotta fix. And I never done like any proper like concrete painting except drawing like the lines here. I don't know how this could be made a little bit more beautiful. I think there were this like yellow concrete lines or something. I don't know whether they're in Seablock. I want to try to somehow put like some borders here, maybe. We'll see. I should try and see what I can do. Just so that when we look at this, I want for this block to stand out. Like when I'm looking from far away, I want for it to stand out. It kind of stands out because of the robots, but imagine we don't have robots. Then it's a little bit harder to actually find it. Right, let's go. I think we are ready. We are ready to build our power plant. Oh, almost ready, I guess. Right, is there a connection? Yes, there is a connection. Nice. And what's this thing? Do we need... let me see. Do we need this? This rubber port? I don't think we do. Right? We shouldn't need this anymore. Let's try and delete this. This too. We'll try to delete this one as well. Because I have a feeling that this part is built and this part can be built by this rubber port. Alright, this thing is also not needed. And what is this? I have no idea. It's not from this build. I think it's from Lite. Has to be from Lite, yep. And here we also don't need this part. So we can remove. We'll keep this in order to build this plant. Yes, and delete this too. And what's the plan here? This one will be gone. This will be gone. This are regular electric poles. This are electric poles too. Electric pole 2. We don't need it. What we do need, we need make this thing a little bit more symmetrical. Nice. And once it's symmetrical, we want to bring a couple this here. Nice. So let me check. Are these distances exactly the same? 1, 2, 3. And this one is different. Okay, that honestly that's fine. That is fine. Oh, wait, but that means we can place city block 3 here, I think. Nice, so place city block 3. Awesome. So we almost have a power connection here. Let's check how it crosses the rails. Wait, it's not crossing the rails. It should. Right, now it is. Now it is crossing the rails. That's good. I can actually copy it to make sure that the connection is present here as well. Just in case. What's going on? Right. Did we lose? We might have lost a robot that was bringing... No, it brought a power pole and then it got killed on the way. I really hope that we will not have robot carry and plasma turret killed by these worms. That would be a bit sad. Okay, this part, it's almost landfilled fully. We might actually help it a little bit. I don't think we need any of this here, right? We are not planning on actually exporting or importing anything for that matter here, so that means that I should just remove these stations, because I don't need them. And we want to draw a nice line, but we'll do it from the map view, because doing it from regular view is like it's a bit slow. All right, let's see. We need to have a rubber port here to help with the landfill in this area. And I want to have one rubber port maybe here for the same purpose. Right, okay, nice. Looking good. It's almost fully built the way we want it to be built, and now it's time to copy our power plant, and I will use this power plant. Why do we need this one? I guess it's a temporary thing, right, in order to build what needs to be built here. Right. Let's see, I'm basically moving this corner as far as I can, and I want to have tiles. I want to have tiles captured as well. Okay, let's do this. We don't need this too, because I don't think we do. Nice. We are creating blueprint, and let's tell the bots here, at the very least, that we want some area for the water. Right? Let's just place stuff here. Okay, and now the robots should start, like, they should try and build the stuff. They will not really be able to, like, fully build it properly, but, you know, that is fine. That is okay. I could also copy this thing, to be honest, and place it somewhere here. With this one and this one, I'm actually not sure whether this part is even needed, to be honest. But it's okay, I already placed a roboport here, so we'll just have to remove some of the entities at some point. It's okay. Not a big deal. Right, look at this. The robots are very, very busy. Construction bots, no wait, it's logistic bots. They are bringing landfill to this chest, and I wonder why we don't have such chest here. And we do have a chest here. Nice. So I want to have a chest with landfill here as well, so that these blocks can be landfilled a little bit nicer. Right? Okay, let's deal with the swarms. Nice. And okay, interesting. What's going on? Oh no, I think we lost it. I think we lost a really important thing. Right. We lost the robot carrying the turret. That's really sad. That is really sad, but yeah. Let's maybe delete some of the things here. Right, let's start deleting all this like extra rubber ports that are placed here, and we will want to landfill. Not landfill, we will want to copy our geode setup here as well. Right, that's the idea. We really want that. But the robots are busy with building this power plant. So up until this moment, our power production was around 600 megawatts here, and I believe 55 megawatts per block here. Okay, it's not actually true. Why? Why is this not working fully? What's the issue? So it's supposed to be 70 megawatts. I don't know. I do not know what is the problem, but we can fix it. We can have upgrade planner that upgrades boilers. We are using boiler 2 to blue ones. And just in case we can have the same thing for the yellow ones, right? We want to have blue boilers everywhere here. So let's do that. So we're experiencing the same... No, we don't have the same problem here. Interesting. And we don't have it here. And these are separate power blocks. We don't have problem here. 64, 61, 55. And here we don't have any problems anymore. I'm a bit surprised by what exactly I saw here. Yeah, I do not know what's the issue. All of these things are working, seemingly non-stop. These things are working non-stop, these are working, except this one. This one is not really working fully. I think we might be short on these buildings. Can I increase this, like the output of this build somehow? I don't know. Maybe I'll need to upgrade the builds at some point, but I don't want to give the robots so much tasks now, because like today the focus is on this power facility, power production facility. That's our focus. What's the problem here? Wait, we do not have... Very strange. I don't know what's going on with the power poles, because I'd assume that they should be like placed, you know, correctly in a sense. Right, this part. I want to copy it. Place it here, and let's say here. Right, and we don't want this part to happen here. We are just not really interested in that and in that either. We want this power to go here into the center. Right, that's the idea. How do we do it? We basically copy this part up until here, and we just turn it and place it down. Right? So this is the plan, and this is basically the pole. It's like a worse pole, but we are using it for a purpose. Like, we have a purpose for this. We do not want them to be automatically connected when we are placing blueprints, and by using a different type of power pole we are avoiding this connection. So that's the idea. So if I enable power lines, you can kind of see that it just crosses without actually connecting. And here it's also crossing the rails. So this rail will be like this line. This one will be moving 600 megawatts or up to 600, and this one will be moving up to 200 megawatts. So it actually has 500 megawatt consumption kind of limit on power poles. This is more than enough for our needs here. Right, let's take a look. I have a feeling that everything should be built by now. We should be able to remove this these things, and maybe these things and these things, most likely. And now we can place this blueprint again. And okay, it didn't quite fit because of this part. And it's trying to build this power poles again. That's okay. I might actually want... No, I will not be fixing this blueprint. I will leave it as is. It's good enough. I'm kind of thinking that this is a temporary port, right? We don't actually want to have it during like normal operation of this build. So we moved it here, here, and we had one here. It was removed already. Oh, it was never added. No, it's removed. It's already gone. Nice. Let's wait a bit for the power to come from this plant. We don't need anything extra to do here. Like, we don't need any additional things to happen because we have this small charcoal block that is supposed to start up this whole thing. We never tried it out, I think, fully. But it should work. It should be able to have the power production start here, and then at some point it will stop working because it will look at the inspector valve, it will see a lot of fuel here, and it will just say, okay, it's fine, I don't need to do anything anymore. And we are not removing it from the blueprint so that we can copy paste it anywhere and it will start up automatically by itself. What? Are they serious? Not enough logistics storage space available? I don't believe it. I don't believe them. This cannot be true. Unless we broke the network. Yes, we broke the network. How do we fix it? We fix it like this. Yeah, we have a couple of disconnected networks now. And they will drop stuff somewhere, and we'll be very sad about that. And we'll have to pick up whatever they dropped using this thing. Right, we already told them to pick up something. It's okay, it will get fixed. That's fine, nothing to worry about. We are missing a lot, and I mean a lot of materials here. We are missing lots of these ones. What's the name? Actually, I think I want to keep a better kind of set of them. I want to have more of them. What is this? I feel like this might be heat exchanger, right? Let's take a look. So that one had a line here, yes. The heat pipeline, and this one has heat pipeline, so it's a heat exchanger. I want to have more of them. And maybe it makes sense to also have more of this boilers, or not. Okay, we need 6. They're missing 66, but the only reason we're missing 66 is because of this upgrade that I scheduled. Will this break our build or not? That's the question. Because medium electric poles have only 100 megawatts, so how much this thing can produce? We'll have 12 times 3, 36, right? Let's open calculator. 36 times 2.7. 36 times 2.7. That's 97. Okay, so this should be barely enough for our power poles to handle. this is a good thing. Keep in mind that we cannot upgrade this further, but it will still be fine with the blue ones, with the tier 3 steam engines. Right, what's going on here? Is it working? Oh, is it working correctly or not quite? Let's add a couple. So I want this thing to be somewhere here. 1, 2. And we'll have a connection happening here on this side, and it will be given power to this line of power poles. Nice. And we need to place a water pump here. I feel like this is it, right? That's it. It's basically almost working. It already started generating some power for some of these builds, for some of these buildings. That is good. We might even have... well, look at this. We are getting some BNW seeds delivered. So it will start working at some point. Now just a matter of waiting a little bit, and then we'll have the power produced. Well, exported, I guess, right way to say. I'll wait for all of this to be built before connecting the power there. And it's not like we're actually producing power now, because the block is not fully constructed yet. Nice. So we don't need this one anymore. And we can set up a connection somewhere, I think here. I think this is the place where we want the connections to happen. And for that we need this thing. Place one here, here, and here. And from this place we'll be powering these 4 blocks separately, right? They will be using separate powers, separate power grids. And we'll have the same thing done here. We need to be a little bit careful, so this can be connected. This will be able to connect, we'll connect it as this. Awesome. Awesome. This is looking really, really good. Have the same thing done here. Nice. I don't want to start building these blocks yet because it will put a huge load on our base. And our base, as you can see, is like... we had power issues, and when we have power issues and robots need some recharging, it's just not great. So this thing is supposed to save us how much? It's supposed to save us... okay, now this part is not actually working. But when it's working, I think each block takes 20 megawatts, and here each block takes like 10 megawatts. And these are working. Let's check. 15 actually. Each of this is 15, so it's 60 here and 80 here. And we'll have like a couple here, like extras. Let's see. We can set up this connection, I believe. So this is input. The input comes from here. And the input comes from... okay, it's not coming from there. It's okay. What about this? Can we reach it if we move it 1 tile higher? I hope we will be able to do that. Okay, let's connect this part. it should also be connected. So now, I'm surprised that these are not working yet, because we do have fuel oil. Oh, I see. No, I don't see. We don't have enough fuel oil, that's the problem. That is the problem. Like, the thing just tries to power itself now. But in the future, it will, like, it should be able to start powering, like, exporting power. That's okay, but look at this. It started up by itself, automatically. If we got the seeds delivered, because each of these blocks, it actually exports some seeds exactly for this purpose. Right, so the seeds were retrieved. This block is actually already ready to export some seeds, some benefit seeds. Everything is working great here. The only part that is missing... What's... Okay. Basically, trains are moving some of the materials. We don't have enough stereotite and cretinium. Like, we have a shortage of those, unfortunately. So we'll have to figure something out. I mean, we are basically expanding. We are building like more and more of geode blocks. So we shouldn't really have problems with ores soonish. Right, so this part started generating some power. Well, not the power, but it started burning the oil, and soon it will generate lots of power here. This thing is also heating up the pipes. That is nice. Let's finish the connection here. So we have this one going here, nice, and this one going here. And we run out of wires. We need to grab more wires. So I have a feeling that this should work. Right, it looks kind of strange, the connections. But we should be getting some power available on this network soon. And once we do, I will switch these networks. I will basically turn off these transformers, and I will enable the middle transformers. I don't think I will be deleting these ones just yet. I want to maybe keep them, just in case. But they will be turned off. Okay, do we have power? We still do not have power, because this thing is too cold. It's not hot enough. Not quite hot enough. Okay, well, let's wait. Let's just observe this, or not. Let's tell robots to build something. Let's tell them to do something useful, or even more useful than what they've been doing until now. We can actually look at this. We can do this thing. We can remove the swarms relatively in a relatively straightforward way. And these swarms, we had a plan for them, right? That was our plan. And it's done. Now, can we reach these ones? That's the question. We cannot reach these ones. That's okay. That is okay. Can we reach these ones? We cannot reach these ones either. But I kind of want to reach them. Kind of want. So let's say we want to landfill this spot. Maybe this one first. Because I want to remove large worms, like behemoth worms first, and then we'll focus on the furthest part of the island. Right, this part will be done. We We are still not getting power. 126. Okay, that's not quite enough. What's the problem? Oh, I see. The problem is that we are not producing enough nutrient pulp. This one, the input, and because of that, we don't have enough fuel oil produced. So we don't have enough fuel oil to like properly power this thing, and we are missing a couple of farms. That's basically the only thing that we are missing. Well, and obviously the steam engines. Did we upgrade this part, by the way? Let's take a look. It's still producing like 50 something megawatts, but it has capacity to go to 97, right? 97.2. This is great because it means that we shouldn't really have any problems whatsoever with power in these blocks. Interesting, we do not have a connection here. That's okay. Let's add a connection. Nice. So we have a couple of connections. I want to actually copy this part and maybe have it go up to here. And I want to start copying it here because, as I said, the idea is to do this thing for all 3 of these columns, and I might as well start, preparing for that now. No real point not to give robots some tasks. Right, this is done. We can continue expanding this block. Right, we are standing here. Nice. We could maybe clear this. It might just work. We'll see. It might be enough. Nice. Let's see whether robots will be able to do that. Here. Oh, wait. Okay. I don't understand why they seem like they're killed. They look like they were killed by something. That's not a good sign. I don't want to lose... how much artifacts do I have? Okay, 2.7. That's fine. Because I was gonna say I don't want to lose too many artifacts, because they are required for building turrets, and without them, I mean, I can't really do much, to be honest. Right, let's take a look. We are missing some... lights here. Should I add the lights or not? Should we have lights here? I feel like that's a good idea to add some lights to this build, at least to this line. Let's do this. So we have lights here. We will have lights here as well, right? And we'll have lights here. What is it? Yeah, placing them here. And we'll do the same with our new block here. Like this. What's going on? Why? Range 48. So, okay, I'll finish this the way it is, but that is interesting. That means that I need, like, I cannot just cover them like this. I have to really try to cover them with the very, very edge. Very interesting. And we have exactly the same problem here. Exactly the same problem here, like ideally we would want to place it somewhere here. Maybe I should wait. Let's not waste the turrets for that stuff. Actually, this storage should be able to deal with the warm, but it's okay. We can deal with this, with it using this one as well, I think. Let's try to do it like this. 48, right? How long is 48? Well, it's quite a distance. So what I'm doing here might not be enough, actually. It's okay. That is okay. How many turrets do we have? We have 18. So we still have some of the turrets. That's good. Right. This thing. Does it have the power? It doesn't produce power yet because, because the things are not hot enough. That's okay. Let's wait a little bit more. I want to basically wait until we are getting some power here, and then once we have the power, I want to switch things to use this transistors. Right, that's the idea. Here we'll have the connection, and we'll have a connection here. We can actually connect it right now. So this is the output, and I want the output to go here. Output goes here. Output goes here, and output goes here. And kind of the same thing for the input. Input, 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 right? Nice. So with that, we have some power delivered there directly. Now here, this is input, 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 and input. But 5 connections. What about this? Okay, that is interesting. That is interesting. Would it work like this? I don't like the fact that there is like a maximum connection limit. So if I connect things like this, it should work, right? Because that's kind of how Factorio works. We just like we can connect things how we want. I mean, the cable is like a cable connection is cable connection. If there is enough distance between the entities for them to be connected, we do not have to actually have some intermediate entities. That's just not how it works. And power network, I think it just groups all the entities kind of in the same kind of logical unit in the power network. And that is it. Okay, let's see. We have connection here, 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 and here. Right, so now this part is fully connected. This part is also fully connected, and we still do not have electricity. What is the problem? Well, now we are getting some electricity, and I have a feeling we should reach this area. Right, so let's disconnect this one. So that one is gone. We don't need this one actually. Let's okay, we disconnected this one. Now let's disconnect this one. We want to turn it off. We want to disconnect this one off, and we want to disconnect this one off. It's still working. 3.7 megawatts. This is looking good, right? This part seems to be working, nothing is blinking yet. That is good. And what about this one? We also have power delivered here. It's present on the transformers, and now we just need to disconnect this transformers. Let's start with this one. So transformer, turning it off. This transformer will turn it off. This one off. So I see a tiny problem here. And this transformer, wait, this one off. Let's check, do we have the same issue here? No, we have enough accumulators. Let's take a look, let's observe this. So these things produce like 15 megawatts, or not produce, they consume 15 megawatts, and this one is producing like 60 megawatts, so however much is needed. This is great. Honestly, this is really, really good. We do have some jumps here that I'm not sure I like very much. Maybe we should add some accumulators kind of to this network, but I don't know whether it will actually help us. It probably will help us. Yeah, so the problem is because of the jumps, this part cannot... let's set some accumulators. I'll try a couple of... where are they? Yeah, accumulators. Say we are adding this kind of set of accumulators here. We'll add a similar one here, so we can, and a similar one here in the middle, and here. So let's say we are adding some accumulators to smooth out kind of the process, so we don't have so many power jumps. And we probably had exactly the same problem here. Right, look at this. We have exactly the same problem here. So we need somewhere like a bunch of accumulators. Maybe we can fit them along the... like, maybe we can have them like going here. One. We cannot fit very many here. Could fit like one here, or could fit some accumulators here, I guess. But this works only if you have a station, and it's actually connected to the station. I guess we could have one here. Right, like if we add a couple of accumulators along this blueprint, I feel like it should work. Especially here, like in the middle, this space is not really used for anything. We can have like 2 accumulators per edge, which with the size of our network could accumulate and end up being quite a significant number, to be honest. Right, let's see, at least this part. Will it have the jumps? I have a feeling it still has, because we don't have enough accumulators. Or maybe because accumulators are not able to export the thing as quickly as... So I'm really surprised that we have only one type of accumulator, to be honest. Because I thought that there are more of them. Like I thought there are like high throughput accumulators, high capacity accumulators, etc, etc. I'm really surprised that we don't have more accumulators. I don't know what does it. I don't know what, like which of the mods cost this. Yeah, that's fine. So we'll wait for some of them to be constructed. This part is inside the port coverage. This one is outside. No, it is inside of our port coverage as well. We have pretty good port coverage. Look at our base. And the most important thing, what we actually achieved today. If you look at the power usage, it's nowhere close to 600 megawatts. Because we, I think, removed like 100, 120, 150 of the load of it. And we'll do the same thing here later on, once we actually need that, right? Once we start having issues with the power, that's exactly what we'll do. So we have the plan. We have a plan for these things. Remove this one, I think, as well. Nice. So let's move our character back to here. We built another plant. It is taking a little bit more space than it's supposed to, than it should, but it's okay because this part we will. Actually, let's check. Can we paste this thing? We will not be able to paste it, unfortunately. But you know, that's not a big problem. We'll just remove this line. We don't. I feel like we don't need this much power. At least that's my hope. That we don't need that much power on this line. Maybe we do. You know what? I'll just not build this this city block for now. I will build this too. This will be easier. I'll just build these two city blocks with jet processing, like marked here, and this wall will be built once we get titanium with steam turbine, right? With this turbine. It requires, sorry, not titanium, cobalt steel. Alright. I still shot on this too. And we broke this part. Because we did. Let's connect things. Connecting. Connected. Connected everything. And this is supposed. Let's go and quickly fix it before I forget. Before I forget to do that. Right, this is supposed to be something like this. Glass fiber. Right, and we don't even have conditions here. Wow. You know what? Let's finish setting this up. This is what? This is silver, aluminium, glass, right? Let's say silver, aluminium, glass. Let's do it here as well. Glass, aluminium, silver. Then we have monosilicon. And here we have monosilicon. We have glass fiber. And we have glass fiber here. This is what it is. Brass. Why do we have brass here? I guess it's okay. I guess we consider it to be tier 2. Yes, it's tier 2 because it requires zinc. Right, brass and invar. Invar. Something is not... No, it's working correctly. The bottom part is not lit up because we don't actually have problems with this materials. And the top one shows us we don't have quite enough glass and we don't have quite enough glass fiber. Fortunately, the glass is actually on... so we're kind of in the process of doing this thing. The glass here. It's on the list of things to do, to be done. But it's not a huge problem because our consumption of the glass is not very high at the moment. So what we are producing is basically enough. We do not have enough iron. That's surprising. I'm actually really surprised that we are short on iron. We are producing a lot of iron ore, not a lot of manganese. And here we are consuming iron with manganese. And this one? Why? This one is not working. I don't understand. Oh, I get it now. Look at this. This is the problem. This is our problem. We had yellow inserters here which didn't allow us to load all the iron that we're able to produce. Wow. Totally unexpected. Now at some point I want to maybe switch all of these things to red belts and red loaders and like red everything. Just, you know, just like cover whole base and say like it's red. But as you can see, we need 25,000 of belts. So maybe that's not a good idea. I don't know. Maybe it's not the best idea. Anyway, this part should really fix the issues, and we do not have... we are missing a lot of things. We are missing copper. We are missing cratinium here. We have another train. No, we don't have a second train. We live in cratinium. Yeah, but at least, okay, what we did here, like this, what is it? This part, it fixed our iron issues, right? Because now we're actually able to get a lot of iron, and we're able to load, like instead of 30 iron per second, our production is 60 iron per second, which is good, right? This is really good. I could try to move oxygen somewhere here or here and have another of these things placed here. Actually, this isn't such a bad idea. I think I'll try it at some point. I'll try to increase manganese consumption by doing this trick. Or we could just wait for titanium and titanium. Wait. Molten titanium, this one. It can take manganese, and I want this one to be the priority for manganese, I think. Let's take a look. So it has nickel. Okay, we can use nickel for this one. Aluminium, tin, titanium. Titanium. Maybe I should be using nickel for this. Are we exporting nickel, by the way? Do we export nickel? Yes, we have it exported. This is good. Right, I like this. And manganese, in this case, what do we want to use it for? Aluminium? Or what? Let's see. So, we can use it for iron. That's the lowest thing that we want to do. Titanium. We probably want nickel for that, because nickel is unlimited. We could kinda use manganese for titanium as well as a fallback after nickel. Or we could use it as like the lowest priority for... I don't know, we'll see. Like in theory it's really good usage, but... Wait, nickel is tier 2 metal, right? Yes, it is tier 2. So by having high usage of nickel, we are producing a lot of rubide chunks. What are they? Rubide chunks that generate this thing. And this thing is useful for this process, for the nitric acid. Because we'll have some nitric acid produced from these things using like slightly simpler process. So the fact that like if we were to use nickel for titanium, we would actually ensure that we have enough nitric acid for lots of things. Oh, not ensure, but we will really help it quite a bit. And this is the recipe that I'm interested in. Aluminium with manganese. Maybe we could actually go in that direction. Let's select the research. Oh, look at this. We finished this research. This is awesome. What do we need next? What do we need? I don't know. I do not know which process we want to have next. I guess inserter capacity bonus doesn't hurt. Or processor, what is that? Okay, let's have them. I'm kind of clicking randomly on some stuff. Oh, electric energy distribution. We can have substations. But the maximum consumption is only 200 megawatts. It's still better than... Right, I want this one. I want this one and this thing. High energy interface that we will be unable to build. Huge electric pole, huge electric fuse, high energy interface. I don't know what that is, what this thing is about. But these ones, they don't have any supply area, but they are able to transmit a lot of power. Okay, fuse is just this thing. I'm not using fuses because I have robots to build whichever poles are broken. But this one is interesting, right? Huge electric pole. It has consumption of 5 gigawatts. This is a lot. This is huge. Right. But it costs a lot of resources. I'm not sure whether that's the best usage of resources at this point. Maybe we could actually go for refining instead. But I don't think we'll be able to build it. Yeah, we cannot build it because we need titanium plates and processing units. So this research is kind of useless to us at the moment. Let's maybe do like a couple of researches here that look reasonable and might be useful for us, in the future. Fluid wagon. I wanted just to get it done, but I'm not planning on using fluid wagons. I don't want to have the research here, and it's 3,000. That's a lot. I better get the poles first. These ones. Oh, and we can also get substations too. Look at this. 300 megawatts. This is looking pretty good, because with these substations I can simplify power plant that, like fluid burning source power plant that produces 200 megawatts. I'll be able to just place these substations here, and here, and I guess here as well, and they will cover all of this steam engines. Okay, do we have this problem with jumping? Like not 100% power usage. I don't see a problem here, so it seems to be working correctly. At least it looks fine to me. I don't see jumps. Let's take a look. What's happening with our entity updates? 4.3, electric network 1.7. This is bad. This is really bad. We are spending a lot of time on electric network, and I'm not sure what's the reason for that. I suspect it's because of this like occasional jumps here, which might be fixed by adding a lot of accumulators. We'll do it in the next episode. We will do that in the next episode. Let's get to this block that we built today. This is our block. It's working mostly. We are missing just a couple of farms that we will get at some point. Thanks everyone for watching. This was episode 115, and I hope to see you in the next one. Cheers!